Well, who is such a worthy man? Like, share, comments. Welcome to our channel. For the sake of goals, he does not get enough sleep, gets bored, does not rest. He is so strong-willed and determined. He needs a woman equal to him, a woman who is also developing. She is fine alone with herself. She is ready to share a state of abundance with a man. She is self-confident and she does not have time to follow him, to doubt, to be jealous, to hag, to nag him for nothing, nervous, frightened by poverty and loneliness. He does not need a hysteric. He has such a well-ordered life. He does not need someone who will de-energize his energy, deprive him of masculinity, trying to control him. A man always compares his condition to a woman and with her. And if he is more tense with her, he will always choose a target. If he refuses goal, then he will give up his confidence from his male core. Having experienced destructive relationships and coming out of them, you will not be able to build new good one if you do not change yourself. It's like putting a new one into an old unwashed dish with rotten food without washing it. You will only spoil the food. He needs a sexy, feminine, energetic woman. A man needs a woman to fill her with his energy. She is the absorber of his energy. And if a man is a loser, an abuser, an alcoholic, a gigolo, and so on, she becomes like him. And a woman becomes a garbage can, where all the dirt and irritation accumulated by the man is dumped. With whom a woman sleeps, so she is. When meeting, you need to pay attention to the psychological state of a man. If he is immature, he may not answer to for a long time, throw tantrums, be offended, and not call back. And then, at the first stages of the date, you can already see he is a moron or adequate. If you do not notice this, you yourself are not yet mature. Constant tension is a relationship with neurasthenia, and with a normal man, a stable relationship seems boring because he calls on time, cares, gives gifts. A woman, from time immemorial, chooses a man who can feed, especially when she is expecting a child or taking care of a baby. At this time, she is not able to earn. When a man had a woman before, he had the status of a stable man because he could provide it. The purpose of meeting a girl of an unworthy man is only to sleep at the lowest cost. Worthy men get acquainted with girls too to sleep. Men see a visual image of a woman and he does not care what is on her mind. But later, when he begins to communicate with her, he understands whether he needs her only for sex or he wants to continue to meet with her. For a woman with unmanifested, clamped sexual energy, it is scary and insulting to hear the very offer of sex. The very word frightens. She considers such a desire of a man to sleep with her as a betrayal. For a sexy woman, the offer to have sex on the first date is perceived playfully. Dear, yes, I myself wanted you before you came on date. Only we need to get used to each other. So wipe your saliva for now. And for such a man, we look after, wanting to get her. A man marks territory on a first date. Therefore, he immediately wants to sleep with the one he likes so that other males do not claim it. If the men were dogs, they would just piss all around the female announce, marking the territory. If a woman does not love herself, does not appreciate, does not respect, it is convenient to be with her only for non-men. Successful males simply will not be interested in such a lady, or they will sleep once and will no longer appear in her life. You need to love yourself so that with them, that without him, you feel good, and the difference is small. The main thing is not to become neurotic dependent on relationships, otherwise you will ruin even good connections. There are more worthy men than women who are ready to enter into serious, correct relationships with them. A woman who does not take care of herself will never be taken care of. She broadcasts to the world that she does not need anything. If you enter into cohabitation with a man and rent yourself out to him, indulging all his whims, taking care of him, then he does not have a desire to legitimize these relationships and turn into a family. He already has all his needs satisfied. He has a table, regular sex, service, and for this he does not have to bear any responsibility. He does not understand why he needs to turn a comfortable cohabitation into a family. Relationships are a constant development. No need to deserve. Try to please. The woman always chooses the man. Always spermatozoa running 1,000 to the egg and not vice versa. Until you understand yourself, you don't name your self-worth. You will always attract underdeveloped sucker like a magnet. The main mistakes in the manifestation of their sexuality. To begin, place your closed arms on your chest, closer your throat, and say with a smile, I am sexy, I am beautiful, I am unique, I am a sexy and a unique woman. Every day I become more confident and happier. There is no point in comparing yourself to others. You are unique in yourself. Sexuality and harmony are built on a unique intrinsic value. You already scold yourself every day for wrinkles, mistakes, extra pounds. Others criticize you. You don't look like that, you don't meet that standards, and the experience of relationships oppresses you. Your self-esteem finish with self-flagellation. You can awaken your sexual energy if you allow yourself your happiness, pleasure, the joy of being yourself. When we feel an inner emptiness, we try to fill it with another person, and therefore we dissolve into a man and woman. And to prevent this from happening, you need to fill yourself with the energy of significance. When a man enters a woman, at the very first moment he gets high from his victory of entry, possession, and then he loves to watch how the woman takes pleasures in the dominance and immersion in her. A liberated woman enjoys and is not shy about it, and the sexually underdeveloped considers herself enslaved, squeezed, because she was taught from childhood to be active, study well, be independent, and then all these beliefs collapse at once when a man takes possessions on her, and the woman begins to adapt to the man, losing her confidence and uniqueness. Blocks in the head block pleasure, distrust, resentment, fears of seeming ugly prevent her from relaxing. Low self-esteem attracts unworthy men. Successful men like sexy, energetic women. Self-confidence creates a circle of successful men around her, from which she can choose the best. The clitoris is the source of an orgasm. Study your body. Where are the erogenous hotspots? Physical sexuality can be developed through therapeutic masturbation, When you want to relax and understand your body, what ignites it? Where are the subtle places for arousal? Such masturbation distracts from negativity, relieves fatigue, stress, anxiety. But don't make masturbation an addiction just to fill an inner void. The inner emptiness must be filled with your own significance, confidence. Learn to find pleasure. From childhood, parents beat their children on the hands, scold them for studying their genitals, threaten them with curses. If you bring the child in the ham, you will go hand in hand. This is dirt and sun. And these beliefs prevent you from becoming happy and self-sufficient. A woman is afraid to trust the inner call, I want, for the sake of I need, giving to her. She is afraid to trust a man and therefore attracts abusers who insult her and do not satisfy her in the bed. And a woman again has a feeling of guilt for the mistake, hopeless. A woman is afraid to flirt, play, just not to look like a whore. Therefore, it's difficult to express sexuality through a look, smile, posture, gestures. But just in resistance, there are grow point. Being aware of your blocks, there is something to work with and develop. All new knowledge must not only be known, but also applied, transforming it into habits. But just in the resistance, there are growth points. Being aware of your blocks, there is something to work with and develop. All new knowledge must not only be known, but also applied, transforming it into habits. A woman who always develops feels like a queen and will never become a victim. Such a woman takes responsibility for her orgasm, for her life and pleasures. Knowledge develops new habits of thinking and behavior, and this creates a new life. Spirituality is the freedom to live as you want for your own pleasure, without feelings of shame and guilt. Criticize yourself less and depend on criticism, where they inspire as you should, but you yourself do not want to live like that. Sexuality breeds confidence. Internal conflict, when you do not allow yourself what you want, creates nervousness and blocks pleasure. Sexuality is allowing yourself to fly, to be free. Sexual energy feeds vital, and vital energy gives the order of the energy of mind. The less sexual energy you have, the less you earn. Therefore, limiting beliefs blocks all vital energy. Big money brings big opportunities for joy and pleasure. Only dissolute women, prostitutes, can afford to be liberated and live in pleasure. Otherwise, what will people say about you? These are just empty fears. Don't be scary. Bye bye.